Welcome to Business Success Tips, where you learn to make more money in less time and have a lot more fun. I'm your host, Paul Sanneman. I'm the founder of Contractor Staffing Source, where we help contractors build great teams. I have as my guest today is Brian Shurte from Roofle. If you are a roofer, you got to listen to this. It will change your life. If you're not a roofer, you can turn it off. But if you're a roofer, listen, this will make the biggest difference you've ever seen in your life. It's like AI at a whole other level. Okay, so Brian, tell me a little bit about your software and what it does.
Yeah, so Roofle is a instant quote software. It enables roofers to provide instant quotes for any of the products that they offer directly from the website. So the homeowner can go to a roofing contractor's website, type in their address, provide the contractor with their contact info, and generate a quote for their address in less than 30 seconds. It can also be implemented in any of the marketing that the contractor does, both online or offline, to help drive conversions. So it's really a lead generation tool to help drive not only more leads, but more qualified leads as well.
Okay, how does it do? I tried it. It was amazing. I have a house in Palm Springs. I put in the address, boom, it showed up. So, I mean, how does it have every house in the US or most of them? How does that work?
Yeah, great question. So my chief technology officer, he is hands down the smartest guy I've ever met in my entire life. He built this technology in his basement. It's pretty amazing. It does use 9 different data sources to calculate the square footage of that roof with a 95% plus accuracy. So because it's using all of these different data sources and not just aerial imagery, it's even if there is tree coverage, we're still able to calculate the square footage of that roof.
So, I mean, I can see there's airplanes that have cameras. That's one. There's Google Maps that has some extent of a camera. There's obviously public records and that kind of thing. But I mean, does it work any place in the US?
It does. Yep. Even Hawaii and Alaska, we just rolled out in Canada as well.
Wow, that is amazing. So what happens is if I go on the website, I put my address in, and it gives me an instant quote of what it would cost to replace my roof, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so tell me some companies that have used this and how it's worked for them.
Yeah, so we have over 1,000 customers of all shapes and sizes. I mean, I do work with several contractors who are one-man show and run their own business. They're building the roof, they're the admin, they're the janitor, they're everything.
Right.
We also work with many of the top 100 contractors in the US who are seeing great return on investment with this tool as well. Roofing Contractor Magazine actually just published a study where they surveyed 127 homeowners and also surveyed 167 roofing contractors. And what they found is that 66% of homeowners are more likely to call a roofing contractor who provides transparent pricing directly on their website. So ultimately, throughout the buying process, homeowners, they want to know a number. And if you're able to showcase that number, it can mean great things for the business.
Now, I'm assuming you don't help with SEO. I mean, the contractor has to get somebody to their website to look for a quote. That's not your problem, right? But once they get to the website, then you can take it from there. Is that true?
That is true. So over time, it will indirectly. So as more and more people interact with the instant roof quote tool and check out the contractor's pricing, products, financing, color options, it will increase what marketers like to refer to as site duration, meaning how long someone spends on the website once they get there. So over time, as more and more people interact with the tool, it will help strengthen the SEO and boost the organic rankings. But that's kind of a side effect of everything else. So it's kind of in the background. It won't.
Now, I was looking at your website. You also can provide financing and that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely. And the financing is totally flexible. If the contractor wants to promote their own financing partner, they can do that. We also have a finance offering here called Contractor Loan Pro. I like to explain this as an easy button for financing for both the contractor as well as the homeowner. It really streamlines the process. All the homeowner has to do is select whatever option they're interested in, click the little orange Get Pre-Qualified button. Once they do that, they'll receive a text message. They'll just need to answer a couple of questions, and they'll receive a determination within 30 seconds.
So basically, you can get a roof quote done in less than a minute, including the financing, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
That is amazing. I mean, that's going to change a lot of stuff. So now when you do that, what's your, you must have some stuff on conversion rate. Let's say somebody puts this on their site and they know how to drive traffic to their site. What's the conversion rate before and after using this tool?
That's a great question, Paul. So on average, only 2 to 3% of homeowners that are going to a roofing contractor's website are actually filling out that contact form and converting into a lead. When roofing contractors implement our instant quote widgets on their website, we see an increase in conversions anywhere from 2x to 6x on average.
Wow. So it can be 2 to 6 times greater when they can actually get a quote. Okay, so now let's say you got it on your website, the person comes in, they get a quote. What's the conversion from a quote to actually selling a job? I know that's like probably the map, but you probably have some numbers on that, right?
Yeah, a lot of those numbers are, there are a lot of variables that play into that equation. For instance, how quickly the contractor is getting back to that homeowner. I mean, to be fully candid with you, we do have some customers that will wait a week to get back to people after the leads come in, and
that doesn't help much, I'm sure. Right?
That's not the best strategy. But we also have a lot of customers that will call, like as soon as the homeowner generates that quote, the contractor will receive an email notification letting them know that someone has generated a quote. And recommended best practice, I mean, obviously you want to get back to them as quickly as possible. Speed to lead is very important in this business.
Right.
The quicker you get back to them, the more likely they are to convert into a deal.
Since you seem to have your computer working and I can look at your screen, could you do a sample of like your website and put in an address and see how it works?
Absolutely. So imagine this being the roofing contractor's website. Over here on the right, this is what we call our slide out widget. Down here, this is what we call our embedded version. We do recommend using both the slide out widget as well as the embedded version. You can also create buttons like this here, hey, instant online quote. So the homeowner clicks a button, it will bring them to the embedded version. Also, if the contractor wants to, they can leverage this tool anywhere they can insert a link or a QR code. So these are just a few examples. So
let's try it since we're listening.
Sure. Yeah,
people watching this.
So
let's put an address and see what happens.
Sure.
I did that and I was amazed. So put in some address.
Sure. We'll just go ahead and hit the slide out widget. The homeowner enters their address. Once they click on that address, it's going to load an image of the property and an outline of the roofs on that property as well. With our technology, we're able to pick up to 10 different roofs on that property. Next, our technology is automatically detecting the predominant pitch of that roof. So if the homeowner wants to edit that roof at all, if they want to kind of move this around, or if they want to kind of change the outline of that roof, they can do that. They should not have to. Once they're done, they'll go ahead and click See My Price. Now, in order for them to see that price, they're going to need to provide the contractor with their contact info. So this is kind of like a give to get scenario. No different from, say, a Carfax where you have to pop in your VIN number to generate that accident report. Kind of the same idea here. So homeowner will submit their contact info. If they want to receive text messages about their project, they can opt into this. They're going to confirm that they're not a robot. Once they click Show My Price, it's going to populate the instant quote for the homeowner. The contractor or their team members will be notified instantly via email. As I was saying, speed to lead, very important in this business. So a lot of our contractors will call that homeowner as soon as they receive that email notification while the homeowner is still on their website. So here we can see that this contractor is offering Owens Corning Duration Designer, GAF Timberline HDZ, Atlas Pinnacle Pristine. All of these options are fully customizable for the contractor. So the contractor is the one selecting all the products that they're displaying. They're also the one setting all of the pricing. So this is a white labeled, fully customizable version where the contractor is setting up these options on their end. We do have an onboarding team which will guide them through step by step, getting all of this set up. It's very easy to do. It takes less than an hour. And we will also train them on how to use the platform. So
Now, you mentioned in your website, if Owens Corning or you get a sponsor, does that cut the cost down at all?
So we do have a partnership with Owens Corning with a Pink Panther branded icon on there. It does reduce the price down to $320 per month instead of $350 per month. Yes.
Okay. And then, so tell me about your pricing. How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a few different options here. So if we do have a partnership model, so if the contractor is using any of these partners that you're looking at, they will receive a discount if they're affiliated in any way with any of these partners. But here, when it comes to this, so we have a few different options here. We have a monthly option. So with this, it's a one-time $2,000 setup fee, $350 per month, pause or cancel at any time. We also have an annual option here. So for this one, it's $5,500 for the year. And then the third option here.
And the $5,500, does that include the setup fee?
It does, yep. So that includes all of these include unlimited quotes, unlimited users. There's no overages or hidden costs or anything like that. It's just that one flat cost. And as I said, if you are affiliated with any of our partners here, we do offer discount codes for this pricing. So third option here, it's basically what we're doing is we're rolling that setup fee into a monthly cost. This one is $510 per month with a 12-month commitment. So if you do the math, this one comes out to $4,500 for the year with the partnership discount. This one would be a one-time setup fee of $1,350 per month with the partnership discount. Pause or cancel anytime. The discount does not apply to option 3 here, but this one is $510 per month with a 12-month commitment. I mean, if you look at the big picture, if you're a roofing contractor, if you sell 1 to 2 jobs as a direct result of this tool, the investment pays for itself for the year. The vast majority of contractors who are implementing this technology are paying for the investment several times over.
Okay, so I'm sure there's some secret sauce, but people are going to say, this is too good to be true. How can it possibly work? I mean, it's sort of like the first I saw somebody chat GPT, they go, how does it do that, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, the technology has been around for about 19, 20 months, somewhere in there. It's proven, it's tried and true. And I mean, especially with this no obligation. I mean, we've got a lot of trust in our product. We believe that it will work. So much to the fact that we do offer a money back guarantee. So if the contractor signs up for this annual option without the discount code, they pay the $5,500 for the year. If they sign up and do not sell at least one roof over the course of a year, we're putting our money where our mouth is. So if they don't sell one roof, we will refund 100% of this $5,500 investment. I've worked in software sales for a little over 15 years now, and it's pretty unheard of for a software company to offer a money back guarantee. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding. We've seen it work for thousands of contractors, and we're confident it will work for you.
So give me a couple. Most of the people listening to this podcast are smaller, maybe 3 guys to 25 or 30 guys, maybe 50.
Sure.
How can you give me a sample of you don't have to be specific with a client's name, but how they implemented it and how it works and how it's transformed their business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll take this straight from the contractor's mouth. I was at a show a few weeks ago, and I had a customer located in Laurel, Mississippi, come up to the booth. He's like, "Hey, Brian, I got to tell you, man, I was a little skeptical about putting my pricing out there on my website at first. And so I ran the first, and this guy's the GM. He doesn't run many leads, but he's like, I wanted to test out the quality of the Roofle leads. So I ran the first 3 leads that came in. I closed all 3 of them. And my sales reps are literally fighting over the Roofle leads because they're closing at an average of 70%. He said,
wow.
What I didn't anticipate happening when I signed up for your technology is that this tool would be a total time maximizer for me and my sales reps, because it's weeding out all of the tire kickers. It's putting my reps in front of homeowners. They've already seen my price. They're ready to get that roof built.
Right. Well, then the problem I can help with is they're going to have so much business they have to find some new people to help put all the roofs on, right?
Exactly, and that's I believe that's an area where you may be able to help as well.
Maybe help me out. Well, that's amazing. So I would, the short thing is, I think it's so simple. I mean, it just works, right? So I can't see anybody who has a roofing company not want to use this. So there must be somebody who hasn't. You got to give me an example. I mean, it seems to me it's like a no-brainer. So give me an example of somebody that said no and why somebody would possibly say no to this, because it seems like why would you say no? It's just going to work, right?
Yeah, so that's another great question. The I think the biggest pushback that I get is that, hey, the homeowner already has their price, so we don't have a chance of scheduling an inspection with them. They got their price, they're done. Where I really think that this is the opposite. Like all this tool does is put you in front of more homeowners to provide you with that opportunity to build that value.
So somebody that was in the old school and said, no, I have to do the inspection and sell it in the house might be opposed to this, but they're probably going to lose in the long run, is my guess, right?
I would agree with you. I would say that within 3 to 5 years, the majority of roofing contractors will have a tool like this on their website. I mean, as of right now, I mean, based on the roofing contractor homeowner contractor survey that they performed, now as of right now, about 28% of contractors in the US have some sort of tool like this on their website where they can display their transparent pricing. And I think that number is going to grow in each and every day from here on out.
It's going to be like sort of like Carfax took over when you're talking for people if they want to go at their car works, they get on the internet and find out, right? They just do.
That's right. I'm actually, ironically, I've got an SUV that's getting a little bit old, and I'm in the purchase of shopping around for a new vehicle. And I mean, if the listing, I've got a couple of websites that I check out. If the listing doesn't include a price, I just automatically skip that one. If it doesn't have a photo, I automatically skip that
right.
one.
And if you can't go to Carfax, look up the history of the car, you don't even bother with it, right?
Right.
So I think this is going to change the roofing industry permanently. So I would advise, if you have a roofing company, either sort of get on board before it's too late. Now, one thing I've seen happening is sort of a little bit of aside, Brian, is that there seems to be a lot of capital available. Like, for lack of a better term, AI has disrupted a lot of industries, healthcare, a lot of things. But as far as I know, AI can still put on a roof. It can help you quote it. It can do some stuff to get people to the site, but AI is not going to put on a roof, at least for the foreseeable future. So I see a lot of capital coming into this industry and a lot of consolidation where some guy, it's interesting. I had a guy who had like 10 or 15 million bucks. He says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a roofing company in Nebraska. I don't know anything about roofing, but I can own that market because I know marketing, I know the technology, I can hire people and just go in and just kill it. Because unfortunately, the roofing industry is a highly fractionalized industry, right? It's got a lot of good old boys in it. They're a little bit, I'm going to say anti-tech for lack of a better term. And so it's going to have a lot of consolidation in it. And do you see that happening in your experience?
Absolutely. Yeah. More each day. There appears to be a lot of consolidation going on. And I do think that will kind of snowball and continue to happen.
Right. I mean, if I was a roofer, I would say either get on board with the technology and jump in, or, they're either going to buy you out or put you out of business, or B, right? So it's not something that I think you can ignore in this industry.
I agree.
Cool. Well, thanks. I appreciate your time, Brian. And if you have a roofing company, you don't call Brian, you're just not doing the right thing. So now, Brian, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I can actually provide let's see here. I can provide a link to my calendar here, and they can just go ahead and book a demo. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a Google Meets guy. I'm not
a Zoom guy. I'm a Zoom guy, not a Google Meets guy. So it's like, Apple and, water, right?
Used to
Okay.
use Zoom every day, and now I switched to Google Meets, but this is a link to my calendar. Anybody interested, please feel free to book a demo here. That will link directly to my calendar, and they can book a demo. 30
Or
minutes.
they can go to your website, right?
Or they can go to Roofle, www.roofle.com, and book a demo from there as well.
Cool. Great. Well, thanks, Brian. I really appreciate your time. You're obviously going to revolutionize the industry. This is where, I think AI and that kind of technology is going to change everything.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.